Welcome back. We are doing question week. This time, the scene's a little different. We actually flipped around the studio. So if you ever watch our industry secrets video, you're standing right now where I typically stand, and this is the reverse side. So it's not just a set, it's actually our full functioning office. This is where we keep a lot of development styles that we're working on, and that's actually the way to our lunchroom / development center, but we will show you more about that later. But this week I'm gonna go into the Uniqlo Air-ism video. It's almost at 500,000 views, so thank you so much for the support on that. And we're gonna dive into these comments. So first comment, I've been using this exact tee for a very long time, and the main benefit for me is that it does not change at all after washing. It will not change its form and will also not need to be ironed. I'm generally very happy with the Uniqlo Air-ism. So the reason why that doesn't change a lot, and this is what in the industry we call it dimensionally stable. So when it comes to knitting fabric, all of it's done under tension. It's gonna be rollers that are pulling the fabric. You're putting into dye vats that are also pulling the fabric. So when you're pulling all this fabric, all the knit structure is getting pulled and lengthened. And same thing, it's almost like curly hair versus straight hair. That curly hair has been pulled and it's been kind of flat ironed straight. And what happens is when you now wet the fabric, such as in your washing machine, and you dry it, and especially under high heat, that fiber is going to want to naturally kind of curl back to its normal state with natural fibers such as cotton. And it'll pull that fabric and it'll cause the fabric to actually shrink. So when it comes to this specific one from Uniqlo Air-ism, because it is a double knit fabric, meaning there's cotton on the outside, polyester on the inside, it's generally going to be a tighter knit. So it's not gonna be pulled as much. And because it's polyester won't shrink like the natural fibers will. So even if the cotton wants to contract a little bit, that polyester is gonna keep it in its kind of set state and keep it dimensionally stable. You still might have a little bit of shrinkage, typically like 2 to 3%, but very imperceptible. But that is the reason why that your shirt is not shrinking. Since you did this, I really hope you'll cover heat tech since it's soon winter season around the Northern Hemisphere. That is a great idea. Noah, buy some heat tech. We'll be sure that we add it to the things to review. I think it'd be really cool. I'll pull it apart and we can actually take a look at the fibers under a microscope and see what makes heat tech heat tech. I've been wearing Uniqlo garments for over 10 years now, and apart from certain thematic or tie-in products to other IPs, Marvel, Japanese anime, etc. Uniqlo is mostly what I wear now. Even the undergarments, the simplicity, longevity, quality for the price just can't be beat. And I live in Asia too. So I would have to say, like, the few items that we have taking a look at from Uniqlo, I think they do a pretty good job so far of making clothing that really, maybe it's not exceptional, but it's still really well designed and the fabrics are innovative. And I would say for the price point, like, to get any shirt for $20-something these days is still pretty cheap. And especially if you live in Asia, I've seen comments on our social media where, you know, these are like under $20. And I think that's a fantastic bargain at that price. You know, when it comes to Uniqlo, I know a lot of people might not find it that exciting, but for basics, so far it seems like a decent option. This channel and content is a game changer. I've seen for years that the price point and quality of some brands just don't add up. It's refreshing to see someone truly break it down. No dig on Uniqlo at all. I really like what they've done since day one. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the support and all the new people who have joined us here. What I really want to do, and because I've been in the industry for so long, I really just want to unveil and unmask a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes, because even within people that are working within the industry, everyone kind of just guards all their secrets and nobody wants to share any information. And I think it's leading to, you know, poor quality products at a lot of brands. And I also think it's leading to like consumers not knowing what they're buying anymore. So thank you for joining us on this journey. I really want to educate consumers and brands, everything that I know and everything I've learned over the past decade. And I cannot wait to show you guys what we're going to be filming in the development center, because, you know, it's going to be really cool. New subscriber here. I'm not from the industry, but I am a consumer trying to cut through the marketing to better evaluate high from low quality fabric sewing. Selfishly, I would love videos comparing what you view as higher quality items at different price points, high, medium, value end for basic items, tees, crew neck, sweaters, etc. 100%. This is something that we've been planning on for a really long time in terms of things at different price points. What we're waiting for is we're building a 20-foot wide cyc wall or infinity wall in our development center. And we've been waiting for that to finish construction because I want to do really cool fit sessions on there. So it is absolutely coming. I started sewing earlier this year as a hobby, and this is just so interesting to see. I had classes, but I never learned that much about fabric compositions before. Amazing content. Definitely gonna watch everything on this channel. Also, coincidentally, I'm in SK for a couple of months, and I've been considering getting some Air-ism from my wardrobe since I've heard so much about it around here. So thank you again for joining us. You are gonna be really excited for one of the content series that we're gonna be launching next few months. We're actually gonna show how we develop products here. And I'm gonna show from, how does each sewing machine work? Why does each seam matter for each part of the garment? And what kind of threads actually make the difference in making a garment? And really going to open source. I'm just gonna tell you what we're gonna end up doing. So a new series we're gonna be launching in a few weeks is, a lot of people have asked, where do I buy my clothing? How can I buy clothes? I'm actually just gonna create a new project, and please let me know in the comment section here what you think of it, because I think it's quite different than anything that's been done before. But we're gonna have a video series, and it'll be like, how do we create the best black t-shirt? And you're gonna join us on our journey in terms of every decision that we're making, the problems we're trying to solve, the reason we chose specific fabrics, why seams are in specific places, what threads did we use, and basically open source our whole development process in creating products so that, one, as brands that are watching us, you can take all this information, steal it, copy it, put it into your own clothing so you can make better products. And then as consumers, I think it's just so unique for you guys to be able to buy this item at the end where you've seen all the decisions we've made, you know what fabric we're using. I'll share with you what quality control we are manufacturing it to. So it won't even be an opinion of this is the best black shirt. It's just gonna be a pure factual journey. I'll share the quality control reports that were saying, hey, we're manufacturing to this specific standard. So I've never seen that done before in the industry. I'm very excited to launch with our audience, but please let me know what you think about that, because I think it'll be something really cool. Not gonna lie, I just got back from Japan that was 92 Fahrenheit with over 85% humidity for 2 weeks, and the AIRism tank tops were a real game changer. I sweat like a pig the entire time, and the tanks were able to take in sweat, dry off, and repeat that several times a day. The next day, they didn't smell at all and still felt clean. Of course, if I could, I would only wear it for 1 day before cleaning, but if I had. So when it comes to high humidity and AIRism, there's been a lot of debate from a lot of people whether or not it's actually good or not. Usually when you have high humidity, something that is wicking sweat, if it can't get rid of it fast enough, it will become waterlogged. The fact that you didn't have it smell the next day, I'm gonna assume that you are of Asian descent, because there's a certain chromosome that a lot of people in Asian countries actually don't produce body odor. So you're able to save for that, but for a lot of other people that their bodies do produce body odor, it might actually be an issue. So that's why I never say one item is kind of like the shirt for everybody, because we're all so different. We all live in different climates. We all have different body shapes. We all have so many different variables that it's so hard to make something that just fits for everybody. But I'm happy that worked for you. Your knowledge is what makes these videos great. I'm a sewist, so the attention to detail or lack thereof drives me bonkers. I feel for customers who don't understand clothing construction because they are being cheated of value for money garment. Yeah, and I appreciate that. And I think what we're trying to do here is to educate consumers on what to look out for, because I think for far too long, because everything's so hidden in the fashion industry and everything is so guarded and secretive, people just assume $1,000 t-shirt's like magical or something, and it absolutely isn't. There is a max cost when it comes to producing something. And I would love a large part of society to actually learn what it means to buy something that's good quality and well made, because that is how, as a society, we can actually drive demand to higher quality products. When people are, when you educate the masses, that is when a revolution can happen. And hopefully this is the start of this revolution. I tend to sweat even more wearing the AIRism t-shirt compared to 100% cotton. So this is what I was talking about earlier. When it really comes to each individual person, you have to think about how much body heat are they producing? How much sweat are they producing? What's the temperature of the environment? What's the relative humidity of the environment? All these variables are going to be so important in whether or not this AIRism shirt is right for you or not. If you produce a lot of body heat, when you're wearing something that's not breathable, and the AIRism shirts, they're very tight knit, so they're not that breathable. That's going to trap all that body heat. And that body heat is going to produce more sweat. And if the relative humidity is high, you're not wicking away that sweat as fast as you can produce it. So you can end up in this kind of like death cycle of your own body heat producing more sweat, that sweat not getting evaporated. Now the shirt becomes waterlogged, and now you're just drenched because that wasn't the right shirt for you. So when I look at this AIRism tee, I would say it's not a one size fit all solution, but if you find cotton tees are better for you, then absolutely go with that. I think AIRism is just one solution, and if it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This one's really sweet. I thought this was a 1 million sub channel. Damn, such high quality video. Thank you so much. Honestly, that means so much. Our media team and we've been putting so much work into this channel. Beyond putting out this content, I have to run my actual corporation, and it's been a very intense year of trying to maintain a content schedule plus my day-to-day responsibility. So thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. My media guys can attest. Sometimes I'm not even able to film at specific times of the day because I've just been bombarded with so many things, but hopefully we get to 1 million soon.
We have to beg to film.
Yeah, sometimes they have to beg to film. So this one, we actually didn't put it in, but how much do you think it would cost to make the shirt in Bangladesh? You forgot to say it. So when it comes to something like this, I would say the shirt probably costs around maybe $4 to $5. It is a double knit fabric. The labor cost is fairly low still. We wanted to try something on this video, so you'll notice all of our videos, they're never the same. We practice something called like Kaizen here, and we're always continually trying to improve something every single time. So every video, we're gonna have to try different things. And this one, we tried to say, hey, if we didn't put in the price and we allowed a little bit more time to talk about other things, how would that do? But yeah, that's something you'll notice. All of our videos are gonna improve quite a bit from the initial one and forward, just because we're taking iterative approaches to things, but we heard you, we'll put it back in. All right, so that is it for this week. Thank you so much for watching this. Let us know what other things let us know like kind of new series that you guys want to actually see on this show. Because we're always down to try new things, and we're always down to find new ways of educating consumers and brands and making it interesting and entertaining. You're gonna see some really cool tech once we finish the development center as well. But thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. If you guys want to see more behind the scenes secrets on the fashion industry and learn more about how to create products and brands, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check out these videos.